interesting.
Weird like that.
Okay. So we are back, and this is what you're seeing. As a seagull, if you're not here, Trace has turned into a seagull, and he has flied up down, and you see the old ship, the cage. There's a second crane.
That's cool.
The black box. You see a series of scaffolding that seem to be a part of building or planning on building even downer. There seems to be this ramshackle series of housing. It's just the poor houses. There's a lower court and kind of this stuff you don't know. There's like a trash facility and stuff like that.
I'm going to go to the cage, fly over.
Fly to the cage, and this is where you go and you see the cages.
I'm going to be at the top of the cage so they can't reach me.
Yeah. I get to show you just a picture of the creature. I can find the cross. That's it.
Hopefully it doesn't look like something that will eat me.
Why can't I find it? Should be close by. It is that.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty large, and it does look hungry.
Oh boy.
And with your animal speaking, you can sense that it has been tortured.
Oh.
And
I can make it.
has been tortured by humans, and the only time it gets to feed is when it does a fight. It says fight, fight. Fight means meat. Meat means fight. Fight.
Awesome. I be on top of the cage and say, "Sir, are you okay?" Or something like that.
Or something like scrawny, not enough meat.
Oh, okay.
Jumps off at lips in the air towards you, but you're too far away.
Alright, I say I can probably get you some meat for free. Something.
You can get food? Food. Oh, hungry.
Do you want to be my friend?
No. They won't like.
Alright.
Meat. Be strong. Fight. Win. Freedom. Win.
Do you want to be free? So you can get your own food?
Nah, it looks down. Long fall.
Oh. I'm not.
Others try.
Oh.
Points, and you see like hollow bones. I could be scrawny like them if I lose a fight. I could slip. I could end.
So do you want to be free from this though? I believe I can figure out a way to free you so you can go home or wherever you are supposed to go.
You know, men won't stab me with spear. And magic.
Oh.
Like Wuju bad Wuju.
You
know Wuju, right?
Yeah, I know Wuju.
You know Wuju. Hurt, fire, thunder.
Okay. I look at my inventory. Anything that I can feed them with, like honestly, stick. Painting supplies. What's this? Meat? Not meat at the bottom? I'm sorry.
You got the meat from the monster thing. You took monster meat. Oh.
But I don't know if it's. Oh yeah.
I'm assuming you left your bags up there so you could fly out, take it from the bag and feed it.
Okay, I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna feed him meat to help him.
Okay, so you'll drop it, you'll lap it up. Strong, good for fight.
He says what?
Fight coming.
Oh, it's about to start his battle or something?
He knows, like today at least, he says, fight coming. You be strong. Me win. Me get more meat. Me win. Maybe they let me free.
Ooh. So what's all inside those buildings? I try to ask like.
Go over and you'll look at the black box. He says, "They take us to fight.
Okay, black box. That's fight.
They want shiny pieces. They like shiny pieces. People give shiny pieces to fight. And point to himself, fight, and some don't win."
Okay. I ask him. Okay, have you saw a shiny piece came out of a shiny rock-like thing? Gonna try to describe it to him.
Be very confused. You're like, I don't understand. Shiny piece and project? No.
Did you hear Big Bang and pow?
No nod.
You nod.
Yeah. You also not to the shoe. That does it too. But no make us fight.
So I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'll be back, all right? And is there any windows? I fly around. Any windows around?
No windows here. That's Ram Shack. You could fly through there. But that's kind of a big deal. You notice there's a door to this, so there is a outside to the water treatment facility. But other than that, you would fly around here and you'll notice that there is an area where people enter. There's a doorway. People do gather and they pay for tickets.
I kind of, using my wing, smack the door and then fly away and see if I can slip through if someone opens it.
Someone will open it, yeah.
Someone opens it?
Yeah. You'll fly in and people will scream, "Nasty bird, get it out, get it out," and then you like SWAT, like someone SWAT.
What's all around me so I can be?
3 doors.
3 doors.
There seems to be 2 areas where 2 areas they receive guests. They're paying for tickets, but there's another area full of like weapons and armor where people seem to sign up to fight these things.
Any sort of bullet or thing that I can grab?
There's nothing like guns. You might be able to grab like a ticket stub. After getting swept out.
I tried my best to grab a ticket like stub.
Okay, roll. It would be a dexterity thing.
3. Oh no.
You grab the smallest little piece. Like a crumb, and there's not much information about it.
And do I get swept out?
Yes, you get swept out.
Alright, well, any other doors around that I can knock on?
There's the one that's at the bottom of the water treatment facility.
I will go to the water treatment facility.
Yeah, and knock on it, but you as a bird cannot open it. It's actually metal.
I knock on it and see if anybody opens it. No. I go to black box and listen in and see if I can hear or see.
Roars of the crowd.
Is there a hole? Is there a hole to see through? No? It's perfectly sealed.
There might have been places where there were holes, but you notice that they like nailed other boards to cover them up.
Yeah.
To cover it up.
I fly down to the bottom of it.
You fly below everything.
Yeah, and see.
You notice that there seems to be even more areas, and there seems to be an area where they use the crane to transfer the animals to the lower part of the facility. There seems to be, so there were people loading things and stuff.
What's all being loaded?
Nothing's being loaded right now. You can kind of see where
is there like
doors to it would be, but
could I knock on those doors where they would be?
You do, but nothing happens.
I don't know what else to do. I guess I will go back to that one door where they swept out and
Swept out to the black box or to
where I was pushed out.
Yeah.
I would screech loud as I can.
Okay.
At it.
You're just
So transforming, I can only transform like 3 times a day, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I would like.
You're pushing.
I would like the perch right there.
Yeah.
I think my turn is
Yeah,
over now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was. This is gonna get weird.
It's going to be kind of difficult for my.
It's gonna be difficult for a lot of people.
Okay.
Nicholas, your turn. That's gonna make good for good editing too. I don't know if you realize what you got yourself into.
Oh no. I wonder what Teresa's up to now.
It also make good for viewing. Because everybody can be on here and there's stuff you don't know.
Well, it doesn't definitely would make things interesting not to know certain things.
Yes, it does. Which one? That's where you kind of open up to.
Alright.
And if I can find the notes, it is a maze. With a water treatment, it seems to be like a 1-by-1 areas. Okay. You're checking your maps. I'm going to give you a little bit of a bonus too. And I want you to tell me which way you're going.
Alright.
There's 3 ways you can go. That way, that way, or that way.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and head straight forward.
Okay. You go straight forward, and you happen to see, because it's dark, you happen to see a wall of pipes blocking that particular means.
Alright, so
Luckily on the map you check and you see clearly these aren't going to geyser you in the face.
Alright, well then let's take a look down that direction.
Okay. You look down this way. That can't be the way. It seems to be straight into darkness. But you hear some rattlings.
Rattlings? Like, is it metallic?
It seems to be animalistic.
Well, I guess that's what I'm looking for. Hopefully. Would you say I had like a bit of phosphorus or witchwood or glowworm or anything?
I'll say sure. Something from stuff from before.
Alright, so I use that and have a bit of dancing lights. Reveal maybe a little farther down. I mean, it could go up to 120 feet.
Alright. It's time to then reveal. Off in this way, there are goblins. And again, remember, it's only kind of a 1-by-1. It's a little larger in this map. But there are goblins there. And then look at the lights. Oh, shinies. You are still kind of not noticed yet?
I guess I'll head down that direction where those goblins are.
How far? Is there a distance
just
you
like
want to stay?
that distance.
Yeah, so
Not
that would be kind
close,
of like 10 or
closer.
15 feet away. Don't see you. with that, it'll freeze, and it'll be up to your way in which you respond to it.
Let me think of my skills real quick. Do I know of any way that it could, any like actions of mine could end up setting them off for like combat? Like,
Well, definitely actions in which they would perceive as threatening. Like if you cast your Cone Frost, they would be pretty mad. But you don't know if they're going to just aggro on you because these are goblins. You do notice that one has a wrench in his hand.
alright, so one does have a wrench in its hand?
Yes. The other one a plunger.
Alright, so let me take a look. I think I will try to just walk by without like perceiving any like threat to them. Like ignore them and pass on by.
Well, it's a 5-foot gap. So because it's a small creature, you can occupy the space, but it's going to be really close. Do you really trust them?
I'm going to ignore them and head like a little ahead of them.
Well, and as they do, he's the one going to grab like your coattails, essentially your clothes. He's grabbing you and give a tug.
And I'm going to take a slow look behind me.
He's going to look at you, and he's going to look like terrified.
Alright.
Speaking their own language, help?
Oh, well then. These people need assistance, so I'll go ahead and say yes.
It's probably not going to know anything. It's going to, one's going to go, and it's going to like gesture to come.
I'll go ahead and nod and follow that direction.
Okay. That skips a lot of stuff. They'll take you through the corridors because they know this facility very well. If I can find... They are known to take you to a flight of steps you follow still. Okay, so the flight of steps are going to go, and it's going to lead to a facility arranged like so. To your left, there is a door. To the right, wait, like this or something. To the right, there is a large, that bookcase represents the machine to fix the stuff. There's also like pipes coming up here, and there is a black sludge coming out of one of the pipes.
Can I make a wisdom check to know if that sludge, what that sludge may
Yes.
or may not be?
Yes, you can roll for that.
That's 5, so I don't think that's.
You
what
think that has something to do with the disrepair of the facility. But on the ground here, there is Rick, or the guy that I said previously, dead.
Well then, Can I take a look at the map real quick and see if I can understand where that pipe is coming from?
You look, and it's very hard to understand where it is coming from. You also hear a lot of the noises of just different things dripping and steam off in the background and such. Just want to keep some stuff. And you can sit there and see that, I forget the guy's name, Rick, I think we called him in the first place. You can see that in a shirt pocket there is a book. That might be the book that they were talking about repairing things. What would you want to do? Investigate more, look for what's behind the machine, do the repairs, there's a door to
Are the goblins concerned? I want to see the goblins like gaze, like where is
their reaction? Their gaze
is upon.
They're on the person. They're like mourning his death.
Oh, so these were friends of his. I can kind of see that.
And also to the machine. They're looking back and forth.
Can I'll go ahead and ask him, like, what did this to him?
Then that is when they would point to the black ooze. I guess then I can't hide it no more. That's when you see it move. Alright. Once you roll, because you're in combat now.
4 plus initiative, which would be 2 more, just 6.
I believe the goblins will go first, and they are going to kind of move into this position to put themselves between them and the ooze, and the other one is going to throw his wrench. Which is kind of bad because it's going to throw and get dissolved into the ooze. And so now it is going to move in kind of a haphazardly way closer to the body. It is your turn.
It's clearly after the body, so I think I need to make my move now to get a hold of that repair manual before it gets destroyed.
Okay, so you move to the body.
Yeah, and try to get
then actually get the manual. You won't get the manual out of a shirt pocket. Okay, so it is going to then go to the goblins, and the goblins are going to pick up some yellow loose pipe, and both are going to try to throw pipes and rocks and stuff. That is nice. They rolled a natural 20. So even with its issues, it's going to go ahead and hit about 5 points of damage. The other one rolled a 22. And let's say with a total of about 6 points of damage have been done. And the ooze is, yeah, again, it's an ooze, so it's kind of not used to that kind of idea. And it is your turn.
Alright, I'd like to... Like, are they out of the line of fire if I use something? The goblins.
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to use.
I will see if I can do Ray of Frost.
The Ray of Frost shoots in a cone, so it should not affect them. If it was like a fireball.
Alright, like a little bit like forward of the body, like
you shoot over the body, like
over the body.
Yeah.
Like get a cone of frost going towards those.
So I need you to roll.
And it would be Arcana, right? Or...
I believe you add your intelligence to the...
Oh, the intelligence to the modifier?
You have to roll for damage, which would be this, and then I roll against Oh, go ahead and roll. I think it rolls against it.
Ah, jeez, a 7 plus my intelligence, which is so give me
I think it's a +3. And even so, it saves for only half damage, so that's good too.
Okay, so for Rails, his intelligence is a 17, so it's a +3.
Yes, so you wouldn't hit that. You go ahead and roll for damage. That was a D8. That's going to be +3, so it's going to be a 9. It happened to actually save, so part of it gets frozen and then cracks off as it continues to move. It took another 4 points of damage. So off, but it did save, so it wasn't as fully effective as it could be. Ooze is going to go ahead and kind of lunge forward at one of the goblins. And is going to use its pseudopod to make a melee attack roll against the goblin. It happens to hit, and it does. Wow. That right there is 11 points of damage. I don't even have the goblins out. That actually kills that goblin. He's dead.
Oh, shoot. Could I swift action, actually?
Is something that you have a swift, works as a swift spell or something?
Does aid work as a swift?
I'm not very familiar with that. I can assume so.
Because I do have aid level 2, and I could probably try to get like a quick
Is this a
heal.
spell of some sort? Or?
It is a spell.
Okay.
And I can heal up to 3 people's HP within a 30 feet radius, 5 HP. Would that be able to save him from potential death?
It will, and we'll raise him back to 1 HP.
Alright.
Alright, so the goblin is very thankful. It is the goblin's turns. One attempts to attack with a brick, and it just dissolves into the ooze. The other one attacks with a extra pipe because there's scattered debris all over the place. Let's go down. And we'll do 3 more points of damage. With the pipe being dissolved in the acid because it's an ooze. It would be irritable. And again, you don't have to move, so you can attack twice.
Alright, so that aid that was aid level 2 spell, so how many more spells can I do?
Remember, you used Ray of Frost, which was the necklace, the pearl. It does not take away from your daily usage of spells.
And friends are still out of fire, right?
If you do Frost, you could do 2 Rays of Frost if you want to, and extend your.
Alright, so another Ray of Frost.
Go ahead and roll. That will be a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage, and then that's going to be at. And that's, remember, you have a 3, so that's going to be 4. So that goes up. You can see that the ooze has became at least half of its size. And you can attack one more time if you wish with a different spell, or with whatever you roll, with your last Ray of Frost if you want.
Alright, while this is happening, I want to tell that goblin, like, try to get, like, get distance on this guy. Like, to the inch of goblin, try to motion for, like, get distance.
Just one or both?
For, like, both of them, to, like, get their distance.
They will shift as a bonus part, they will shift over about 5 feet.
And I will Ray of Frost this thing.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for it.
16.
That is good. Go ahead and roll for damage. So that's
6,
going to
7,
be an 8. So this thing then begins to fully dissolve, and you have defeated the ooze.
Excellent.
Good job. And that means that you get like 100 experience points all to yourself. And if you want to, you could attempt to repair the facility, which can other rewards for you too.
Clearly, where that ooze came from could be a problem in their future, so I'm going to check out like the piping, like the pipes.
You're there, and they would go too, and eventually, with their knowledge, they're going to actually like seal a valve. No more stuff go there, and then they're going to walk away and look at where Rick's dead and kind of pay their respects and continue back into the sewer area.
So they're leaving to the sewer area again. So Oliver Brown, I do want to like investigate the body. Like, I bet you it's clearly cause of death is by that ooze, and part of him probably dissolved.
Yes, his legs seem to be. It seems to have snuck up on him, done that, and kind of like even you see like a pinprick in the back of the neck, like where it became a spike, which assassinated him and was eating him while he was doing this stuff.
All right, and
Here.
Is there anything remaining of that ooze left behind?
If you happen to have some sort of bottle to put it in, I could guess that you would have something for your background.
I have. Let me see.
Use the sponge. You want to sponge it up?
I have the expired fruit jar. I think I'll go ahead and dump it out and then use that.
Okay. So with that, and I'm assuming a lid, you grab some. You grab an sample. Pour trace.
I can only imagine what he's up to there. Oh dear.
Eraser. Oh.
Whoops, I accidentally crossed out the cowbell.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll look at the manual and then I'll look at like the switches and just see what's going on.
I will have you roll a 20-sided dice and I'll see what modifier to add for it. You do get, actually roll both of your 20-sided and pick the better one, because you will have what I'll call advantage with the book.
Okay.
Hopefully it's a good one. Every time that I like it falling off the floor, I'm like, it better be a better one. It is a 5.
That's an 11.
I'm going to use your intelligence, so you get a plus 3, so it'll be a 14. You sit there and you press a few buttons, and you hear a machine kind of reboot up, and kind of a suction noise, and then feel like the blockage had passed. So it seems to be working better, even though it's in a state of disrepair. So where you're at now is you do see that you're when a level below the second floor, through the steps that they took you through. And there's a door to the left. There's a metal door.
Take a peek through that door. Let's see.
You sit back there and you see across the large gap there is a big black building.
That sounds like where we need to go.
Yep.
Is it like basically the outside area, like a pathway to the?
You see that there
Building
is a
from-
there is a small courtyard, and then a railing, and then there seems to be some like a gap beyond it, and then yeah, you see a door in which you can enter the black building. the
Can I
box.
see Trace if he's like anyone in there?
You do not see Trace.
I don't want to confront this quite yet. So I think I'll head back and tell the guy the news and that I have other business that I need to take care of down there.
So
That is of utmost importance for the town.
They go ahead and he hands you about 80 gold pieces for your work. And he is sad about his friend and says that you can... actually, what do you want to hand them back the book for repairs? Would you do that?
Yeah.
You'd be very thankful because now he has to be the one to go down there and do that. It says you didn't notice any issues down there, did you?
I'll show him like evidence of like the black sludge. Like, do you know what this is?
Says, no, is that just mold?
It came off of a ooze creature that we found down below.
That's interesting. It says there was nothing else hostile to you down there?
No.
Okay, he says, oh, okay.
Is there something else to be worried about down there?
He says, well, we do have trained goblins to do repairs. He points to the cages.
Oh.
So thing are fine. So you're up on the second floor still? Were you going back down there? Or?
I think I will decide to head back down there and think of like my next move.
Are you going to this room? Or?
Of like possibly going to that room.
Okay. So are you going to go through the door? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to go through the door and yeah.
That's where. Where the guy puts. Huh. Feeling extremely tired. Oh, that work is tearing me up, dude. Come on, Josh, where did you leave the third floor thing? Well, anyway. Hey, Trace, you can come back in. Because Trace can see Nicholas, but Nicholas can't see Trace.
Wait, what? I can see him now?
But you know what I can't find? Can't find the actual thing that I had for the downstairs.
So,
Okay, so...
I thought of something to do.
Yeah.
Okay, he mentioned, that one guy mentioned that there's bones in the cage, so I'm going to be like, can I have all of your exotic bones? Like,
You fly down to the bottom level to get the bones?
oh, it's way down there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where is my...
is there any bones in the cage?
No, you can say they ate them all. He's
They ate the
confused.
bones?
You'll know eventually. It's like, yeah, we eat them to gain strength for a fight.
Oh, you eat the actual bones.
Yes.
That must hurt. That's what I'm thinking in my head right now. That must hurt.
Well, you could go down there if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna risk it and go down there.
Where did I put it? You don't remember? Okay, you fly down there. I want you... Okay, wait, that's my roll. You grab down there and you find the most wacky-do bone, which would actually look like a raptor's claw.
Whoa.
Or a spur of some sort.
I doubt this will give evidence as I
You would do
What?
that, but when you come back up, you remember where the water treatment plant door was?
Mhm.
You see Nicholas walking out of it
I flied it up to him.
with a black jar.
Oh, what's that jar?
Now it's your business. Yeah, go ahead and explain it. Are you gonna turn back into a?
Not just yet because I'm saving the transforming. I'm just going.
Okay, so Nicholas just sees then a bird in his face. What do you do?
I assume that's you.
Oh, thank God.
Am I to be correct? So,
I'm talking.
Well, he can't. You're an animal still, unless he casts speak with animal.
I can do speak with animals, so I can speak with him.
That doesn't count in this place.
I guess
We're not Darwinists in this
I
house.
will. I guess I will. I assume that's you.
I say yes, and
What do you got there?
I got a bone, a jawbone, or a claw, a
Yeah.
claw.
A raptor's claw.
Looks
For
like
evidence.
something we need.
Should have been a pelican.
Yeah.
That would have been cooler to.
Have more room, carry stuff in my throat.
They would also not know that, it's just a pelican, dude. Wish you could say that you're like bloody, but.
And about this jar right here, I went on a little adventure of my own. Repaired a few pipes and saw a body.
Awesome.
It's like, want to see a dead body?
I explained that how they abuse, they abuse their animals in those cages, and they don't feed them until they win a fight. They have to, and they're like so fixated on fighting to eat that they can't think of anything else. They're starving. I gave them monster meat to
Try to
feed them.
satiate them a bit.
Let me take a little hold.